For those of you online, we're going to get started in just a few minutes. At that time, if you can't hear me or see my screen, just let me know. And I'm going to put this in the chat just in case you can't hear me right now. Yep, we'll be starting around 1:05 again at that time. If you can't hear me or see my screen, just let me know. And as we have questions, feel free to put that in the chat as well, or even unmute yourself, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Today's class is branding strategy. So on our Thursday classes, this is a bit of the advanced tech. So we talk about things outside of the KW technology. And today we're really focusing in on Canva. So if you have Canva Pro, I'm going to be utilizing Canva Pro today. If you do not, that's okay too. So there are features and tools in Canva that you can use absolutely free. But this class will kind of showcase some additional tools and things that you can get with the Pro version that might be helpful for your business. So at the very least, this can be a showcase of what Canva can do for you, and you can see if that's applicable in your business. So we're going to get started in just a few minutes. Hey, welcome. All righty, we're going to go ahead and get started today. So again, this is the branding strategy class. So we're going to talk a lot about branding, really focusing in on custom brands. So creating a brand outside of that KW brand to really stand out. And we will be focusing primarily in Canva today. So like I mentioned before, these advanced tech sessions do go above and beyond the KW tech that we have, just to allow us to showcase what's all out there. For our business with JuLeah Designs, our marketing business, we use Canva so much in our everyday, day-to-day. It has just so many great real estate templates and things to work with. Canva is it's a free platform, so there's a ton of different templates in there for free. But you do get more out of it, of course, if you do upgrade to the Pro version. So there are some like elements, there's some templates that are required that you have the Pro version to use. Hey, welcome in. Oh, yay, perfect. Yeah, this is gonna be the class then. And yeah, this actually works out great. So kind of a tangent. Command is experiencing some difficulties logging in right now. I don't know if you're experiencing that as well. It keeps putting some agents, including myself, when I'm trying to sign in today, into a constant loop where it's like asking for a verification code, you go grab it and put it in, and then it does it all again. So that is something that I've reported to KW support, and they're aware of this issue and they're working to fix it. They told me right now there's no ETA or workaround to this. So kind of just being patient and letting them fix that up in the meantime until you are able to sign in if you're experiencing that issue. I did want to sign into Command to show you something, but I'll just kind of explain it for the time being. And luckily we will be in Canva for the most part today. But in Command, so as a KW agent, you do actually get a discount for Canva Pro. And it's for the annual subscription. And where you can find that discount is going to be in Command. You would have to sign in here. And then once you're signed in though, in the top right near your name, and that's, yeah, that's like the design section of Command, which is basically they're trying to replicate Canva, which is awesome. I just find that Canva has a little bit more options for us. And in Command at agent.kw.com, if you sign in and by your name, there's like a storefront icon, and that will get you to the marketplace. And in the marketplace, if you search for Canva, you're going to find that discount there. And if you need steps on how to get there, I can absolutely help. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's once you sign in there, I'll get you there. As long as it doesn't do that code thing that we're good. So up by that storefront icon, it's the marketplace. And then I usually just find it by search, using that search icon and typing in Canva. And that's the discount. It's regularly $120 a year. You get a 20% discount with your being a KW agent. So if you want that discount, feel free to click on that. I'll walk you right through it. Jules, I'm the other half. I'm the other sister. if as long as what email did you use to sign up for that? Gotcha. I'm pretty sure because another agent did this and they just reached out to Canva support and just like mentioned that they were a KW agent. They were able to switch their account for them. So I think you're still going to be able to get it, but you just might have to go through an extra step of contacting them. Sounds great. Awesome. Yeah, I do really love Canva Pro. I might be a little biased as a marketing team, but it's just Canva is fantastic for all you can think of really and putting your brand and getting it out there across multiple channels. And I'll kind of show you what I mean by that. So the first thing I'm going to start with is actually talking through creating a logo in Canva. And having a logo, just one, being a KW agent, that's one of the perks of this brokerage. So you can brand yourself and do business as whatever name that you would like. I will just give a couple things regarding compliance about your doing business as name. So one, when we create our logo, anywhere you put your logo, hey there, yeah, I'm in here today. Oh, no worries, come on in. Anywhere we're putting our logo, like our custom logo, just for compliance, you always have to put the KW logo as well if you put your logo there. Then also for compliance purposes, in South Carolina. So if you plan to get licensed in South Carolina at any point, or you already are, they have a little bit of different compliance than North Carolina. And they actually don't allow for your name to have real estate or realty in your like business name. So like, for example, for some agents in here, like Kennedy Homes of the Carolinas, he's good in South Carolina and North Carolina because he doesn't have realty or real estate in there. And just the reasoning behind that, in South Carolina, they just don't want like the public to get confused that you're your own brokerage. But I do think that's kind of funny, just with us being so close to the line, how we have to kind of walk that line between both states. So yeah, just keeping that in mind as you're thinking about your brand. So on Tuesday's class, we did go over creating a custom brand and utilizing ChatGPT to help with that. And just to kind of overview what we did, just to give a refresher here, we went to ChatGPT and we said, act as a brand manager for a real estate agent. And actually, hold on, I have my template right here. And help me create a custom brand by asking me 5 questions. After I answer your questions, create a brand kit consisting, oops, and I know this is kind of long. Yeah, feel free to take a picture of it. That's probably the best. It's like too long. I don't even. I have a fonts, color codes, a slogan, and a niche or target audience. So this is like that full prompt there. And if you put in this long prompt and click enter, it's going to ask you 5 questions to help you build out your brand. So if you're like really stuck and you're like, I don't even know where to begin with my brand or what I even want, my audience to get from me when they see me, having it ask you questions to guide you through it and answering those questions, I will say I would take a little more time answering these questions because the more information you can give it, the better that it's going to, the details is going to give you. So like I went through this on Tuesday and I kind of gave it some short answers, but for example, like I think number 4 was like, yeah, what tone do you want to display? And I really focused in on like trust. And so a lot of the coloring, for example, was like navy and blues because psychologically, like the trust comes from that color. So ChatGPT is a great, great resource to help you even get a kickstart with thinking about your brand. Yes, that's exactly where. No, yeah, perfect. Yeah. And like you would just have, all you would have to do is do like 1 and then your answer and 2. And feel free to even write back to it. So what I did too was like on number 1, I was like, oh, give me more examples because I was like having a hard time coming up with more ideas. And I was like, actually give me more examples. I don't like these. And they gave me more. So I know. I know, it's pretty cool. Right? Right. It's a little scary, but too cool not to share. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, when you go to ChatGPT, hey there, how are you? Good, how are you? Good instructor on this side of the wall. Yeah, I must be. I was wondering what's going on over there. Yes, I think so. I'm not sure what it is though. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what's over there? Yeah, I don't know. I should have asked him. Yeah, I should. What is going on? So yeah, I do like ChatGPT. Just and I started using that a lot, but like asking it to ask me questions to guide me through it because sometimes I get a little stuck on how to even ask it, and so I just have it ask me. Okay, how do I get out of here? I think I made my screen big. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so based off those, and once you respond all that back, it actually gives you color codes, like hex codes and fonts and everything that you would need to have to help build your brand. And I would say based off that information it gives you, what we can do is, so I am in Canva and we are like focusing a lot in Canva today. Yeah. Oh, good. Good. I use it so much. So I'm glad I can like teach on this. So with like, let's just start with like real estate logos, right? So if we wanted to find some real estate logos to start creating our brand, and that's what I would recommend maybe starting with if you're starting with your brand from scratch, it just helps you get like a feeling towards your brand. So what we can do is in that search bar up at the top, we can type in real estate logo. And before clicking like enter, I would just like click on Canva templates there too, and then click enter so that it's just going to give us our templates. So in an overwhelming way, there are so many options. It's actually crazy. right? Like but it's fantastic because I don't know, like back in the day, you'd have to like hire a graphic designer to kind of do that. And while that's still out there, if you really want something custom to you, this is just such a great place to start. Hit me. No, please. Hmm. Yes, you can do it without an LLC. It's basically just like you're doing business as name and a DBA name. So you can, yeah, you can absolutely brand yourself as anything. It's just if you do create a logo, it's kind of you just always have to put KW with it so that they know you're not your own brokerage. So with these logos here, so if you are using the free version, and I don't know if you were here when I was going over the Canva discount with KW. No. Okay, so there is a Canva discount if you want Pro, and it's 20% off as a KW agent, and you would just find that in the marketplace in command by searching Canva, and then you can get Pro if you want. Now, there's a bunch of free things we can use in here, so you don't need to have Pro. And what I might recommend, if you like kind of go through and look for the free options, which are all the ones without a crown on it, and you like those, I wouldn't necessarily, upgrade unless you like feel like you need to. But if you really love, the ones with a crown on it, those typically, I mean, have just some cooler elements. So there are a lot of cool features about the Pro side, but I might recommend kind of maybe trying to use it free until you feel like you need it. And then at that point you can upgrade. I know. I mean, yeah, again, I love it so much, so I would recommend it, but totally up to your business. If you use it a lot, that would be great. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, exactly what we're leading to. Yes, for sure. Yeah. So just starting with yeah, one of these logos here, what I would recommend doing, like if you're starting from scratch, is kind of going through and starting to star the ones that you like. That way you can like, let's say we star like 10 of them. That way we can go into our starred content on the left-hand side and kind of see maybe if we have a pattern going on, maybe all of them have script. So that's like, oh, okay, we like script. Or maybe they all have like a specific color. That will help you kind of navigate your brand a little better too. So that's what I would recommend doing, is just kind of going through and starring the ones you like, maybe 10. Then once you find one that you do like, all we would need to do is like click on it to start working on it. And I'm gonna pick, let's see here. Well, I like all of them. Yeah, yeah, feel free to pick any. I'll use this one. I like this one with a key. And we click on it and click customize design. So editing the design is pretty straightforward. So double clicking will allow you to change what's in there. So like if you want to put your name in there, we can do that to all those parts. So we can change these. So we can make any edits here. We can make edits to the colors as well. So clicking on the actual like element that you want to change the color, up by the top, you're going to get some extra features as soon as we click on anything in this design. So for example, with the words here, we could change the font by clicking on the font name. And what's even cool about Canva is that they'll recommend top fonts to use as well that they would think matches this design well. So we can kind of click through, see what we're liking here. And then same thing with like the elements. So if we click on it and let's say we want to change that color, we could go up to color here. And with our example of using ChatGPT, what that can like produce for you are like color codes or hex codes. So what we could like theoretically do is grab those color codes and enter those in here so that we can match those perfectly. Well, let's just do like pink. Bright pink. Can't help the pink train. All right. So yeah, we can make any edits pretty easily. Any questions on like how I edited that? Or did that seem pretty straightforward? I will say some of the designs, so like for this design, for example, if I change this background, oh wait, never mind, I lied. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, great. All right, so from this point, and I'm gonna actually change this too so I can show you something additional. I'm gonna change a couple colors. Okay. Okay, so now that we have this created, the next step we would do, well, actually, I would go up to the top and rename that first so we know what it is so we don't lose it. Just like my logo, anything that you would help find it. And then at this point, we can go up to share in the top right, and we can download this. And it looks like this one does have a few pages associated with it. So instead of downloading like every single page, I can just download, so I can click select pages and go to deselect all and just select my page 1 and then download that so that I'm not downloading like the whole thing. All right. Absolutely. Okay, yeah. Click share in the top right. Yep. And then do download. Perfect. And then PNG is perfect. And then, but you do need to, so deselect, it will just, I don't know what yours looks like. Oh, actually you can click download. Mine had multiple like pages. So once we have that downloaded, this is kind of the cool part about Canva as well. What we can do is add this to our brand kit, and so that we can keep things consistent throughout Canva. So to do that, I'm going to go back, or sorry, that was fast. I click like the hamburger icon in the top left so I could expand out my menu again. And I'm just going to go to home. Yeah. Well, PNG and JPEG, they're both great for digital, so that's great. But PNG is great for like graphics, like logos that you want to make like really big or really small. Versus like, yeah, JPEG's great for social media. Great question. So yes, once we're in home, so this is a pro feature, but if you do have access to it, we're gonna click on brand to the left so I can show you how cool this feature is. So brand on the left-hand side, and then click on brand kits. So like it brings you to brand templates, but like click on brand kits right above it in case it didn't. And we're gonna click to add new, like to the right-hand side. And give it a name like my brand, or your name, or whatever, or real estate if you have multiple businesses. And then click create. And then this is cool. So then for logos here at the top, we're gonna get that logo that we just made, pull that in. And then based off that logo, Canva will automatically know the colors that were included in that design. So it's gonna pull all the right colors for us for our brand. So all we have to do is click keep. It doesn't have colors, or oh, I see. Yeah, I was trying to do some cool colors so I could show. You could also, so like alternatively, like too. So I click keep to keep that. But if I can also add additional colors. So let's say I go back to my design. And let's say I end up making this light pink or something. I don't know. Like that. What I can also do, like to add more colors to my brand kit, I can click on that, click on the colors, and then like click on that color. It's going to give you that code, and we can copy it at this point and then put it as the new code here. So we can always, like, if we do change our branding colors or anything, we can always update our brand kit. Moving down, I wish that it pulled in fonts automatically based off that, but it doesn't. But that's okay because what I kind of just did to pull in that color, I would do for the fonts as well. So I would take first with this one, I would click on it, and then I would go up here and be like, okay, League of Spartan. I'd go back to my brand template, and then for the title one, the big one, I would choose League of Spartan. And it's recently used, so that makes it easy. Definitely. So yeah, with the fonts in the brand kit, I go back to my like logo here, and I click on the like the biggest words so I can see near the top what the font of it is. Oh, click on like one of the that, and so that's Cardo. So we'd go back to like our brand kit if you have that in a tab, and if not, we can maybe or in a new tab. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's click the X, and then go to back to brand. Oh, cool. And then click on that, and then scroll down just a little bit. So these fonts right here, and so what was, oh, Cardo, yeah. And then same kind of steps with like the little words we would, okay, that's enter. So I would go back to my brand kit and I would do for the body, I could do enter. Yeah, so I use like the big words as the title font. So I use League of Spartan for the title one. And then for the body one, I use like the smaller words, which was enter. And typically with design, like when you're designing, you would want like two fonts on there. One for the title and one for the body. Awesome. Huh. I've actually never seen brand voice before. I think that's new. I wonder what it does. Interesting. So you can also in this section add photos. So like this would be a good spot to also add your headshot if you would like. So you could just like under photos, just click on it and add your headshot in as well. And those would be like the main things that I would build out in my brand kit. The logo, the colors, the font, and just my headshot. Right. And now I get to show you something cool too. So once we have our brand kit built out, it makes utilizing designs so much more or so much easier in Canva just to make it all your branding. And I'll show you. Oh yeah. I don't think there's a save button. So I think we're good as long as you got your fonts in there. Okay, yep, perfect. And then if you wanted to add your color codes, you would have to kind of go to your logo again and click on that element and like click on it. And then like click on that brown. Okay, and then copy that. And then we're gonna like, oh, excellent. Yeah, click on that one. Yeah, and then paste that in. And then I would add white just as a secondary color so that like it doesn't turn just everything like white, brown. Yeah, that's white. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So now I'm gonna go back to home. And for this example, I'm gonna search for a like real estate just listed. So I'm gonna type that in. And I'm gonna click on Canva templates just because I have a ton of different projects in here. And see all the things that it gives me that I can start using for my social media. So Command does have like a design section, which they're trying to replicate Canva. I will just say this has just so many more options and I think it's a little prettier. So that's why I really like Canva. But working with it, we can just click on the design that we want to work with to start editing it. And I'm gonna do, I don't do, I'm gonna do this. No, that's a flyer, sorry. I'll do that. Okay, we click on it and just click customize to start using it. All right. So the first thing I like to do in designs, I like just go up to the top and I give it a new name. So I'm going to name this social media templates. So I'm going to kind of pull in a few templates so I can have a just listed, an under contract, and a just sold post that all kind of correlate so that we can have a template that's ready to go and switch things out. So starting, well, actually, let's go ahead. And so I just clicked on the one I liked and I did this one. I'm going to add a page though. So in the like topish right of that design, we can add a page. And it's going to add a blank page here. But what we can do on the left-hand side is click designs at the top and search for the next one that we need. So if I wanted to under contract next, I can also pull in designs. And I kind of like this way of going about it other than like searching for it like on the homepage, just because this will pull those in based off the size that you're already working on, which is very nice. So like we can easily just like pull this in, and then I can like add a page if I want here. And just for the example to show you how we can change things, I'm going to pull in the same thing, but I'm going to change that to just sold. So I can show you a couple examples. Okay, so with this, so now that we have our brand kit set up though, all we have to do for the colors is we can go over to brand on the left-hand side. And I have a few brands in there, so I do need to switch mine to what I just created. So what I can do is I can click from the brand, I can click colors and shuffle, and it's going to apply my colors right to that design. And then as soon as I click shuffle and it applies it, I can also click on the bottom left, apply to all pages, so that that color goes throughout. I guess there's no pink. Oh, this is gold. I mean, this was, I will say, a bad example of one because it didn't have any, it just has white on it, white and black. Yeah, I'm like, dang it. So let me just pull out a different example that makes more sense. I'll just do this one. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Shuffle, and then apply to all pages. Okay. But is this not? Oh, because it's part of that. It makes your life a little easier. There's a couple things that you would have to switch like further in case it's like tied to a specific element, like these are grouped. But it makes your life a little easier. And too, if you don't like this specific one, you could click shuffle again, and it's gonna like give you more options, and you can apply that instead. Perfect. All right. So now with like the fonts and stuff, so we can change the fonts to match ours as well. So we could click on that font and then go up to our font at the very top where it says Poppins for me. And then so it is under a few things. So recently used get pulls up and recommended, but under both of those, you're gonna find my my fonts. And so that I can just easily find it and click on it from there. And then I do the same thing when it changes that. It gives you the option to change all in the bottom left so that we can just easily pop that in. As we're switching fonts though, this is super common because, you know, like certain fonts are bigger than others and like smaller than others. So you do have to do some resizing with this, but that's no problem. So when we click on a text box, we're going to get a few dots on the text box. So the ones on the ends of it will allow you to expand that out. The ones on the corners allow you to make that bigger. So you can expand and make bigger if you would like and move that around totally to your liking. Also, another tip. Oh, well, hold on. First, my tip, keyboard shortcut tip. If you are on a non-Mac, Control-Z will undo. If you're on a Mac, it's Command-Z. It's probably just the one I use the most because I make so many mistakes. So that saved my life too many times. Command-Z or Control-Z, and it works across every platform. But also another tip, when you click on the text box, if you double click on the edge of it, it's going to expand it out to exactly the length you need it to be. So that's a quick tip. So same with like this, if I double click, it's going to expand that right out for me. Also, another tip, if you're trying to grab multiple items at a time, so let's say I'm trying to like move this and this. If you click on an item and hold shift, you can grab multiple items at a time so you can move them all together and like make them bigger together. Also, if you're grabbing like multiple items, again, if you click and hold shift, you can grab multiple. I utilize this positions field a lot up here so that we can arrange things and like center them and make them nice. So like if I wanted them all to be like right facing, I could click right. It's going to align them very nicely for me. So I don't have to go finding that line. Then there's a few other things I would need to just update here. Of course, the logo. So I could, any elements I want to delete, I just click on and click delete. And then I can easily like bring in my logo if I would like. What's great about Canva too, if you have Pro, is this background remover. So if I click on background remover, it's going to take out that white for me. Not that I would need it since the background's white, but let's say we do that and we wanted it like on this side. What I could do, a little extra more tips. If I wanted to too, I could edit this and give it some shadows. And like if I wanted it to have like a black or white outline, I could do that with like white here. And then that way, when I move it over, you're going to be able to see it. Yeah. There's so many like little tips like this. And I know it's a lot, but hopefully it's helpful to see a few of them. Also, like when you're dragging and dropping images over, what's great about it is that it automatically like resizes it if you do it to a picture. But let's say I wanted it like over it. The tip there is just to hold control as you're dragging that over, and it won't drop it in. So if you hold control, you can place it anywhere. Does everyone have the KW Valentine logos or know where to find it? Okay, awesome. Awesome sauce. So that would be a great thing to add to your Canva here. So in your Canva on the left-hand side toolbar, there's an uploads. So one, you can pull in all your listing photos right into here. So if you're, okay. They are somewhere. There's a downloadable zip file for our like Valentine logos. Here, I'll just show it. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, doesn't hurt. Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure they move, so bear with me here as I find them. Hate when they move things on me. Okay, let's see if I can even get in because it's kind of command is going through an issue right now. Fingers crossed. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, let me make sure this is right though. Okay, yeah. Okay, so where you go to find our logos now is kwconnect.com, which KW Connects are like internal, like KW internal, like training and things like that. Once we're at KW Connect, and it's going to prompt you to sign in with your command login, and that will sign you in. We're going to go under resources and marketing. And then logos and branding, that first option there. Then we're going to scroll like halfway down. It's like right here. This is a little search bar we're looking for. And we're putting in 350, which is our market center number. And then we can click download, and it's going to download like every logo, like without the background, all the kinds. So that way you can easily unzip it and like pull in some logos. Let's say I want like the red and black one. Where am I? I can upload now that file. And where I am, I'm under uploads on the left-hand side, and I can go up to upload files. And that's just going to search my computer so that I can pull that in. And where did I download it? That's a good question. There it is. That way we can add that to our designs. And just a reminder, those dots in the corner, that's going to help us resize that and move that right over. So what's cool too is like, okay, yeah, if I wanted to pull in, I'm just going to use Teresa here, a headshot here, I could just pull that over and drag and drop. Headshot. Yes. So like, yeah, if you drag and drop that, it's gonna drop it right in the circle for you. Alternatively too, which I think is kind of cool with like the background remover. Let's say I just like kind of delete this. I can add a headshot. And if I go up to background remover at the top, I can kind of add myself like so. So I'm like on the design in a cool way. This is another option with how you can display yourself on there. Yeah. I'm pressing undo a lot of times, see? Works like a charm. So yeah, with like this is a frame. So like we could put in any headshot we want in here. And oh, to crop it. So let's say we kind of crop ourselves. We could double click in that circle and you can change like how big you are and like move yourself around. And that's double clicking in there. All right. Any questions on that? Did I answer that? Okay. Cool. Yeah, no shit, no problem. All right. So what I would recommend, if you're going in here is I would set up a just listed, actually a coming soon, a just listed, an open house, an under contract, and a just sold piece. And really what you could, if you find one design you like, you can stick with that design and just change, of course, the status up there so you can keep things going. But I would always pull in your colors and I would always pull in your fonts. And that way everything stays consistent in regards to your brand. And the whole idea with branding really is as soon as they see, let's say a piece like this, they should know this is you doing real estate just by your colors and your fonts, which I mean, that's a real big goal, but that's a good goal. Yes. Right. Yes, let me go through like the full like of changing it all. And that way I can really show you. Okay, yes. So with a property, let's say we're doing like a just listed one here. We could pull up the photos of our listings. And if you go to your website, you can actually pull those photos in there too. But wherever you get them. Like if you get them from your photographer, that works well too. And I'm just going to pull up an example here. All right, this one's pretty. Okay, so when I click on it, that's going to bring us to the property page in general. So this is a great page like for your listings as the property descriptions, all the details, open houses. They can calculate their monthly rent, the whole nine, neighborhood information. So in general, these are great pages on your websites. But to grab the photos, we could just click on those photos here and save them right from our website. So if we right click, we can save that image. And with that design that we had, let me go back. We have 4 pictures that we kind of need to grab. So this is kind of the part I like is like finding the photos that I like the best. It's like, what would sell me this house? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'll show that well, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm able to do that. Here, let me just grab and one more, I think. What? Wait, what was the question? Like if you're allowed to cover it? Photos? Oh, like somebody else's. I see, I see. Yeah, well, compliance wise, you can technically mark it out anyone in KWB. Like those are all Yeah. But I did click on one. I did click on a bad example. Like this one's an EXP person, I think. Yeah. So I technically would not be allowed to do this without like I think there's a form or something. Oh yeah. So our sites, yeah, have access to all listings throughout any brokerage, any state. Yeah. And so, and typically, yeah, we can market anyone in here. Typically, it's good to ask their permission, like, just, yeah. And then like you can always in the caption put like listing courtesy of and then list them. So that's what we see. But yeah, you're so right. I technically would not be allowed to post this. Yeah. Thank you for asking. So once I have the pictures downloaded, I can go back into Canva and I can go right to my uploads and I can grab those from my computer. So I could upload files and pull these right in. And I can grab multiple by holding Control, pull them all in and click Open. Then I would do some dragging and dropping. So I'm going to click on this one, drag, hold, and drop that in. Same kind of steps. And I'll do that with each of these photos. I know, right? It's just so easy. It's just, it's such a strong, before Canva, I mean, truly, I like there was, I think Adobe was like the easiest thing to use other than that. And that's impossible. It's not. It's like, gosh, yeah, that's not user friendly. This is user friendly. Yeah, it makes my heart so, yeah. Oh, you're gonna just love Canva then. Yeah. I just need to do like a flyer for open house. All the things that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, should I pull up a flyer so I can like so you could see that too? Like that would be helpful as well. I could pull that right up. And yeah, before we just move off this one, to crop, right? Like you see how this one's like not cropped nicely? I could double click again and like move it to my desire. So like I can make it how I like. And then same with the words, like we can like just change what's in there right away. And then if you get a new listing, right, we would just like find those photos and switch those out. And we could always too, if we go up to the top here, we can duplicate this page so that we can keep an existing version of this listing. Let's say it's still live and we want to keep it in case we go under contract or something. We could just duplicate that page with that icon, and then we can make our changes. Oh, that's okay. Okay, so moving to a flyer so that I can help with the open house. Yeah, this would be fun. I'm going to go and search for open house flyer. And oh, I get to show you something else cool with a QR code about this. Woo, yeah! I get too excited. I'm glad you're excited. Yeah, right. I'm glad you're excited as I am. So open house flyer. And maybe I can find the exact one you're using. That would be helpful. Oh, there it is. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to do customize this template. All right, let's see all the things we need to change here. So yeah, this is a good example because this is common on a lot of them. They have these like Latin words and it's just placeholders for is wanting you to replace it with something else. Okay, so this is what I would do in here. So, I mean, depending on if you have your brand kit ready, right, we can apply our colors really easily. Oh, click brand on the left-hand side and then select the brand that you're working on. And then clicking like that shuffle button, that's going to apply those colors. Yeah, just with a click, right? Like so great. And then unfortunately, there's not a kind of a cool feature like that for fonts. So if you want your font included, you kind of just have to click on one of the text boxes. So like open, for example, go up to the font like name in the top once you click on it. And then it's going to be under my brand, but you have to scroll down a little bit. It's under recently used and recommended. And we can click on that from my brand or whatever you named it and click on that. And then once you click on it, you can do change all. So that's going to change everything. But like this one, it's a thick font. So it's causing me to rearrange some things, which is fine, but just something to look out for. Okay. I'll work on that. Okay. So once we are there, what I would recommend probably doing, I like to just pull up the property on the site because aside from the pictures, we also have like all the details we would need to grab from too. So that's why I typically grab it from the site. Oh, from the MLS, that actually works fine too. Because you're gonna have the description and everything in there too. So let me see here. Okay, so with this one, I would download the pictures I want. And then I go back to my design and I would upload them first into that. Oh, go to uploads on the left-hand side. Maybe is uploads not a thing. Oh yeah, perfect. And then upload files, unless you, is that already it? Is that the list? Oh yeah, upload files. And then you can pull in like any of the photos that you need. But in regards to like just changing out the photos, right, we would just like drag and drop that over. Totally up to how you want to place them. Yeah, it's not fun. Oh yeah, so what you can do is double click in that box so it looks like, yep, like that. And then with the top left corner, you can like make it, you can like make it bigger. Like, yeah, yeah. And I kind of, it's finicky because like it's either cropping it or, try again, like double click in and again. And again, sorry. And then try from the corner again, like the top left corner of that. No. Oh, see, it's very finicky. And if you'd like me, I can try. Oh, nice. I will say this is going to crop the entire thing, but this is good too, because if you press enter or done, it's going to do that, but that's okay because we can just like that. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, good, good. Been the funnest class, I swear. So then for, of course, like the date, we can make that whatever the date actually is. So let's say we are doing like Saturday to 1, and we're doing like 11 a.m. to 13 p.m. No, I'm just kidding, 3 p.m. We can do that. Another kind of tip with like spacing things. So if I wanted to, like how, this is kind of shorter and I wanted to expand that to be taking up this full text box so it could get to the edge of this photo, what I can do is I can, well, one, I could align that differently so I can make it centered if I wanted to, but I could also come up to spacing and I could like expand that out if I wanted to so that like visually that's like taking up more of the page. So just another little tip. Then for the address, I would personally just copy that over. Oops. Oops, not there. Set in. And what's cool about copying and pasting in Canva is when you paste it, it keeps the same formatting so that it's not like you have to go change the font again or colors, it keeps it all. Then I am personally kind of up to you here, but I'm going to delete this text box so I can put a QR code there instead. So I'm going to click delete and I'm going to show you how to add a QR code. So like the rest of the stuff you can update, like with the same kind of steps. And if you have questions, I can come help you with that. But I just want to show you the QR code real fast. So I'm going to delete this text box. And so for these steps, the first thing you would do is you would actually go to your you would go to your live website and you would, and I'm going to go from scratch here. So you would go to your public facing website and you would type in the address of your open house. And I don't have an example, but let's see what comes up. But I'm typing in Charlotte, North Carolina, because I don't have an example, but you here would just type in your open house address and click on it. I'm going to use this one because it has an open house, even though it's not Valentine. But I'm going to click on this open house that I'm doing from this page. Like when I'm searching it, I need to get to this property page with all the photos and information. This is what I'm trying to get to. At this point, I would go up to the very top URL and I'd go to the very end of it and I would do / open house, one word, and click enter. What that's going to do, it's going to transform this page into a virtual open house sign-in page. This is a feature of your command site, not in the MLS. So do you have a command website? Yeah. So in a new tab, open up your command website, like your public facing website. And yeah, here I can, if you click on that, that will, okay, so that's your URL. So you can like copy and paste that into a new tab if you want. Amazing. And then in your site, it's actually easiest to search by MLS number if you have it like pulled up. So that makes it a little easier. And then like click on it from that, yeah, awesome, because that's gonna bring it right to the property page. Okay, now from that that top, we're gonna go to the very end of it, do / open house, one word, and then click enter. And you'll see that URL at the top. Once it loads, it takes a second. It changes that URL up top. And this is an open house sign-in page that we're going to create a QR code for a flyer. But what's cool is as soon as that client signs in on this, that lead goes right into your command. So there's no like looking at their handwriting and being like, what did they even write? And having to put that into command. This is just automatically pushing them into command. Yep. And what's great too, yes, exactly. What's great for your scripts too is like if they scan to sign in, that will allow them to take the listing details with them. Like they're going to get all the photos, all the property details. So they want to scan it and leave their info so they can save that. Yes, yes, exactly. So from this point, now that we have this URL and we know it's the right one because one, it's saying welcome. And then two, it has open house in here. Right? Yeah, it's a new feature. It's a brand new feature. Yeah, it's not you. It's just released. Yeah, I'm excited about this. Yes. So we can take this URL. We would highlight all of it and copy all of it. We would go back to our template in Canva. And we're going to find apps on the left-hand side of Canva. And in our apps, we can search for QR code. And the first one's perfect. And then here is where we just enter that URL, paste that in, and click generate code. All right. Yep, so you take that URL from that page. And then you go into Canva and you go to apps. Yep, right here. And then go to apps on the left-hand side and search for QR code. Like search for it in the top search. And then that first option is perfect. You can click on it and then click like open or something. And then you're going to paste that URL there and click generate code. And it's going to add it to it. Then you just need to resize it to where you like it. And so that way, yeah, when we print these out, those people can scan that they sign into your open house and they get all the details right on their phone, and then you capture the leads. Scan a QR code. I really like that idea, so that you can capture all their leads.
Right.
Yes, I would recommend for that case to use a Google form, which I can show you right now if you'd like. Just because the command website does have a lead capture form, but it asks for their name, phone number, email, and then they have to leave a message, and you can't change any of those fields. So Google Forms would allow you a little more flexibility. And I think we might have a video on like the how to use Google Forms. If you need that, shoot us an email and I can provide that for you. But it's pretty user friendly. I really like Google Forms. Any questions? No. Oh, your brand kit?
Yeah.
Brand, yep, you're perfect. Why? Yeah, why did you do that?
You need to save it.
No, it usually auto saves, but I mean, I say that and you lost your work. But yeah, there's no save button. So yeah, it's supposed to auto save. Yeah. Any other questions on like changing these things on here? Right. Sounds great. Okay, yeah, feel free. Absolutely. Thanks for coming today. Thanks, you too. Gotcha. Yeah, we do need to upload your headshot if you haven't already into there. So we'll click on upload file. Perfect. And we can just drag and drop that into the circle. It makes your life a little easier.
Okay.
Drag and well, if you want it in the circle where it has it. Yeah. You put that in there. What I would recommend actually, press undo here. Whoops, sorry, I'll change my mind. Is instead of like deleting it, I would just like double click in it so that you can just change, so you don't have to re-add a text box. Yep.
So this part right here, I just go through the
Yeah, I would take like maybe the first line of the description. Yeah. And there's not that much room, so you're not gonna be like, I would just take the first sentence probably.
Okay. So this house lives in South Carolina, and I'm actually doing it for other things.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but I'm shadowing her. I'm not doing the open house because I'm not like that.
Gotcha. Wow, what a great
But like,
shadow.
yeah, like I'm trying to to discuss with me. Like I'm not sure if I should put in my information.
Oh, because it's her listing.
No, it's not her listing.
Oh, okay.
It's somebody else listing with Keller Williams, but
Okay.
she is hosting the open house and she wanted me. Well, I asked her if I could shadow her,
Yeah.
and so I'm creating the open house flyers.
I'm
But like,
I mean, I would ask her that question probably.
Yeah.
Like, I would think you could use your, but like, if she wants her information, you could always ask and then see what she says.
for the flyer, I should.
For the flyer, would you like me to put your information on that as well?
Oh, so I have to put her pictures and everything.
Well, if she says yes, you can be like, well, you email me your headshot and stuff. I mean, I would assume that she's gonna say no, but I mean, totally, I don't know. I'm not sure how that works with like shadowing and stuff. I do marketing. That's about it.
But like, yeah. So like, can I get your contact information?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know how to book appointments with us?
I never did,
Mhm.
but like I just know that you go to like the KW.
be resources.
resource and then the.
Nice. You do, nice.
Yeah, but I just never.
Way ahead of it.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah, feel free, but like even if you wanted to like book kind of like out in advance, just in case something comes up, feel free. And then that's and just I'll give you our phone number here. I will say we respond way faster to emails, so if you
oh,
want to get
okay.
best,
Email?
yeah, and that's contact@juliadesigns.com. And I'll just go ahead and put my email in
Oh
too.
my God, there's so much stuff. Like I need to get this done by today.
I know it's a lot out the gate. I know it. Hold on, how do I?
I have some friends who just are open house um for another agent. They go to the lender
Mhm.
and Billy or Teresa would print out their flyer. Like
If you partner up with them,
Okay.
yeah. Also more of a realtor question, I will say, like just to see how that works. But I do hear that agents do that as well, especially for like events and stuff, because if vendors get involved, then they can help pay. Which is
I don't know like what Heather would want to do.
yeah, I would refer to her. She has really great business systems. And are you like joining her team? Gotcha. She's yeah, she's phenomenal. Mhm.
I think we just
Mm.
I think the last one.
Yeah.
So do you and Aaliyah like switch off like on this?
Yes, we do. Like she is a DocuSign certified instructor, so she does a lot of the DocuSign classes. But we do switch off pretty often, depending on what we're teaching.